Good morning, everyone. I'm Tommy Sotomayor. This is TNN News Raw 2, and wherever else I put it. But I know you guys aren't used to or don't like long videos. So I'm going to give you a short video and then put some links in the description box if you would like to see the longer version. Everybody knows what's going on right now. Kanye West is being vilified for a statement that he made, and it goes a little something like this.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race, that we're the human race.
Now, that's an interesting statement, but it's not a new statement. It's not a new concept. As a matter of fact, yours truly did a video where he said,
slavery, yep. Black folks, slavery was an option. You chose slavery. It was a choice. You had an option. Let me explain something to you.
And after I did that video, way back in 2014 or 15, I got the same kind of backlash. Well, no, because nobody really knew me. I was relatively new, but a whole bunch of liberals came after me, especially the white ones, which was weird that white people were trying to tell black people, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. But the funny thing about that is not only was he not the only one to say it, and I not the only one to say it, but a person that black people love a whole lot and they revere, and many people who've used this man as a point of reference for their movies and their stuff online. This guy, Dr. Claude Anderson, said this.
He said, why in the world they keep begging people? Why they keep begging people to get along with them rather than sit there and say, no, I'm not going to do that and demand rights and respect. He said, I don't like black folk. And I agreed. I said, you know what? You're right. Slavery would have ended, Barack. Slavery would not have lasted 1 month back in the 15th and 16th century if black folks said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going for it. You can kill me if you want, that's fine. You lose some money because you bought me. But I tell you, but if you try to enslave me, rob and rape me, and steal my kids and deny me the resources and to have a decent quality of life and my humanity for 300, 460 years, I'll die first and I'll take you with me and your mama and your kids and your house, everything else, and your dog. But see, black folk never stood up. And the worst part about it, and none of the African countries in all this 400 years of slavery and simple segregation, the African country, that's why I said don't call blacks African Americans. They did not send not one boat. They did not send one boat to America to rescue or to the Caribbean 15 to 16 million who have been enslaved and mistreated and slaughtered. Didn't send one boat.
No way. Not the lion of pro-black economics. Not he of Hidden Colors. Not he of, oh God, I don't know what that movie was by this man by the name of Jason White, where he was talking about black economics and all of this stuff. And he's just the best thing in the world. And he was the one who was talking about me. And both of these guys got together to make coon videos about me. Surely Dr. Claude Anderson did not say this. He did? Strangely enough. So I said it. Dr. Claude Anderson said it. Kanye West said it. Malcolm X has said it. Several people have said it, including a bit of what was said by the chick of the Underground Railroad, you know, Harriet Tubman. She said she could have freed more slaves if they only knew they were in bondage. What she was talking about is running away, getting out of there, not standing pat. Now, if you think that's something, maybe I can find a place where people really love that concept. I mean, something that everybody universally loved and no one criticized. As a matter of fact, when I saw the movie, I then pointed out that he said what I said that everybody got mad about, but nobody got mad about it when he said it. Who was it? Killmonger. Where was it? Wakanda.
Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Well, what kind of sorcery is that? Yep, it was in the movie that everybody claimed that they love. The exact same statements stating that I would rather die than to live under you. Patrick Henry, give me freedom, or give me liberty, or give me death. Braveheart, the movie 300. You can keep going. The United States of America literally went to war against another country over taxes, and they refused to pay the taxes. You have several people who have just died and would rather die for a cause than live for someone else. This is not a stretch. And let me finish by telling you blacks this. There was a movie that was just done by Mr. Pro-Black himself. It was about the Haitian Revolution, and the Haitian Revolution was about a bunch of black slaves who fought to the death for their freedom. That's how they got Haiti. They fought against the French and won their freedom. There's several others who tried to do this. We love Nat Turner. Nat Turner died trying to fight against his oppressors. And we love in movies and everywhere else talking about martyrs. Jesus Christ died for what he believed in. These people chose death. You read all throughout the Bible. Black people love to quote the Bible. You got the three, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, all were thrown into the fiery furnace because they refused to denounce their God. These are stories black people love to tout. The Bible is full of people who, instead of denouncing their God, took death. Now, if you can say these things and you can tout these people and prop them up, then why would me saying slavery is a choice be strange? You look at the movie 300, you look at all of these places where blacks, whites, and other nations believe in the idea of fighting for one's freedom, no matter if it's just economic oppression, physical oppression, mental oppression. Now, that being said, you got to ask yourself, why is it the white liberals are jumping in this conversation and trying to jump up against Kanye West? And with myself, when I did the video, it was some white dudes I never heard of, took my video and clowned me for a year over it. Now, I want you black people to hear this before we go. Why are the white liberals trying to tell you, you couldn't help being enslaved? Why are they getting mad at me for saying it was a choice then? Well, I'll tell you. Because if you can wake black people up, or any people up, and let them know that you present to the opposition, it ain't going down like that. Because that's what the Jews do. Jews say it'll never happen again. Jews remind themselves of what happened in the Holocaust, so they know it'll never happen again. They put themselves in position to never, ever, ever be under somebody's foot like that, that they will fight to the death. And black folks, if you had that mentality, people would negotiate with you different. Look at what happened with the Vietnamese. We were fighting them. They were saying, we're on our home court and we're going to do what it takes to kick you out. It's a different dynamic fighting against someone like that. Same thing happened with the colonists. If black people just understood the mistake that was made in the past and that they wouldn't do it again, we're in no way dissing the people of the past. And on the contrary, we're saying, here's the mistakes they made and we won't make it. Maybe they didn't know any better, but once you start having a generation and a generation and a generation in slavery, they start to get used to it. We as blacks did not sit down at one table and sign a treaty to get our freedom. It was given. So until we honestly are willing to fight and die for it, we're going to continue to be looked at, as Dr. Claude Anderson said, as weak. Please go to the website and you can see the entire show that I did where I had call-ins, people talking about Kanye West and their opinion about slavery being a choice. You can also go and see the entire interview of Dr. Claude Anderson with Rock Newman sitting in front of a white man. And again, white people, you may not know who Dr. Claude Anderson is, but if you look him up, you'll see that black folks love this man. So why is it that I get criticized? He doesn't. Kanye gets criticized. He doesn't. Maybe it's because he got light skin privilege. Who knows? Because he's closer to white, maybe we accept it. Or maybe because there was no reason to be really outraged because we were right. Saying that slavery was a choice does not diminish the deaths that happen. What it should do is encourage us to never let it happen again. And if you couldn't understand that, then that's why we are in the position that we are in America, under the foot of this so-called white supremacy. The white liberals are the main ones arguing with you that the point is wrong. So who does that tell you wants to see you in the position you're in? The white liberals, the Democrats. It's them saying, you couldn't help it. Yes, you could. Because it's as easy as saying, hell no, you paid for me and you're going to lose it all by mistreating me. You better treat me like a human because you done paid for this.
This is what we would have done. Then we would literally look at it and say, those people had a choice. As a matter of fact, they could have made it to where white people had no want to get black folks no more, because black folks just literally kept choosing death instead of to be slaves, and they would have stopped going.
It would have been no point. It would have been no point. It would be a waste of money.
Yes. They could have, black folks, we could have literally ended the slave trade by just, if a first group of waves of black people were like, we're not going. The white people who borrowed that money to buy those ships to come over.
But they would have been in debt. They would have been too busy trying to fight off the king to get their money back to even do it.
Right. It would have, because it's the same thing that happened to the Indians. The reason the Indians weren't enslaved because they kept on damn fighting. Now, ain't none of them left, but they were already here. They were here. They had to go to Africa to get Africans. They wouldn't have kept going back to Africa to get Africans that kept killing them. Hell, I watched the movie RoboCop. They had a hard time getting police officers because every time they turned them into robots, they kept shooting themselves. They said, we can't keep doing this. They keep killing themselves. So black folks, blame yourself for the position that you're in. Pretty much every position that black people are in today in America, it's their own fault. Now, I know that's coon talk, but if you go back and you think about it, almost everything we're doing, it's our position.
I'm out.